Hey guys, um, I was thinking what's good movie to watch that also will tell you a little bit about Frija or Ria. There's what you call it Disney movie. It's called Ria the Last Dragon. It's also it shows a bit of truth, but they depicted her as the last dragon, the last living dragon, that she's gonna bring all the dragons back, and which is true. In that movie, yeah, she's gonna bring it. All the dragon, or she's the 144,000 back. Okay, and the only thing is, like, I did not agree with the movie is they showed her to be naive, very not in tune with life, and very gullible about a lot of things, and which is not true. And if you look at the video before this one I posted, and I posted all aspects, not all aspects, this is what I could find on the internet. I'm pretty sure if you do a little bit of research, you could find out more about Freya and what her divine powers are. So a lot of them are like, with war, love, fertility, magic, witchcraft. So she have authority over all of that. So the list in the previous video, I posted what I could find. I'm pretty sure you could find more, but I just did it like in a matter of like 20 minutes and whatnot. And so how Walt Disney, they showed her, they painted her in a really a bad light. Pretty much they're showing her to be very gullible, naive about life and stuff, which is not true. Does that make sense to you? Someone who has authority over magic, witchcraft, war, love, and fertility, and a very long list. Someone who has authority over all of it, dominion over all of that, would be naive. She also have a persuasive power. She could persuade anyone, anything. So would that align with Walt Disney just showed you about the Raya the Last Dragon? Yes. So the other thing they showed in that movie is she's blue. Okay. Blue because she is indigo, and the indigo is the most powerful one out of the star children or rainbow children or whatnot. The most powerful. That's why she's blue, in that movie, And also, if you look, she in the middle of her head, she have a horn. Only dragon have horn. Serpent doesn't have horn. Okay, serpents do not have horn. Okay, so now if you see a serpent, like for example Satan or Satan kids, they don't have horns because they're not dragon, because they did not come from the same union. We come from a different union, right? Two serpents union, that's Satan and his kids, right? Which is Eve and Satan, kids, right? We came from Adam and Eve, right? And then God bestowed blessing on the seed of Abraham. When Abraham says to God, bless me with a child, and he blessed him with more than one. And also he asked to bless his seed, and God blessed him. That's where the dragon came from. All right. So yeah, and it made me kind of think about that. Like, it made me think about these people. They're always trying to undermine us and make us seem like we're not as we should be. Even our crown is stolen from us. The crown which is horns that only given to dragons, not serpents. Okay? So here you have it. That's what I want to talk about, right? The reason I chose, okay, when I first got targeted, I was trying to figure out what's going on. What the hell is going on? Because a lot was going on. A lot was going on. Being targeted individual, a lot we have to deal with, right? And I was trying to figure out, you know, this could be, it couldn't be legal. You know what I mean? What's happening to us, which is illegal, right? And I was trying to figure out who I am and why I've been targeted in such a way. They're trying always to make you think you're losing your mind, you're not really all there. Or even until now, they're trying to make us seem we are not divine beings. You know, yeah, they experimented on us because they're trying to figure out how to, you know, when this war comes, they're trying to figure out how to fight us, you know? And yeah, so they're trying to figure out how to fight us, and that's the main reason. And then they came up with other stuff where they're trying to tell people that we're mentally unstable, or like with this and that, you know, because all of that to take away your voice, your ability to defend yourself. When somebody is labeled crazy, people don't take you seriously. You understand? But when you're really smart, you can actually get your point across. People will believe you, like what I'm doing. You know, I could prove it to you with paperwork, with research, with all of that. I can prove it to you, right? So when I'm speaking, I'm coding things that they could actually go and look. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just you know, making things up. You know, I am actually, I could prove everything. And when, you know, these people went, and the pretty sure they can find out. They could go and look. You know, what I have said is all factual. But anyhow, and then I started reading about the 144,000, because it's not taught in Islam. It's not taught in Islam. We do not know anything about 144,000. It's not, they're not mentioned. Could be mentioned, but it's like, in Islam it's very complex, you know. They would write something. So I find it hard for me to understand, you know, a little bit. So that's why I've always, you know, looked in the Bible stuff. But because to someone to explain it to me, because it's written in Arabic, so I always have to ask my family members to tell me what it means, so I can understand what they're saying exactly, you know. And then you know, when you kind of gain, you know, commands on the language and the meaning of what it means exactly in Arabic, because it's written in proper Arabic, right? And so anyhow, I started reading on 144,000 was all about, and then I started reading about, you know, their traits, what make each one different. And now I, you know, thanks to Google, even though Google is like is owned by Satan, the Zionist Jews, you know. But anyhow, they told me a lot about myself and stuff. And when I have read on Google, I found out a lot of this. What I was reading is specifically, I was reading about other, you know, others, you know, 144,000. I was reading everybody, you know, if you are, and I did online test to see which one are you, and just to want to be sure. And it came back as an indigo, okay? The indigo, you know, children, or indigo, you know, race. So that's why when I created my profile on YouTube, I've gone with an entitled indigo, which is an indigo who's free spirited, cannot be controlled by others, an intended indigo. That's what it means. So I spoke about that quite a bit. Why I've chosen that name? Because we are free spirited. Because one of the traits, it says they are free spirited, they cannot be controlled. So that's the main topic. Okay, and so that's why I chose unintended indigo. All right, take care. I hope this helps, and yeah, I hope this helps, and why I've chosen this name. So anyhow, watch this movie, the Raya, the Last Dragon, and they didn't do her justice, trying to take away her power, and which is Frija or Raya, the same. They're trying to take her power by, making her this mediocre, sort of dragon. But anyhow, you judge for yourself.